log into Hero, it looks something like this. This is actually a parent account, so it's going to have a few less features. And for security purposes, this is the account that I'm showing you. This is my son Christopher's. He is going into 10th grade, but he is a little bit ahead of where he needs to be. Up top, you have projects. When you click on projects, you'll see all the different subjects. So if we were to choose, say, social studies, we could see that in high school, you need to complete civics as a half a credit, economics as another half a credit, U.S. history, full credit, and world history. Let's say it's a ninth grader going in and they need to do U.S. history. They can click on it, and there are multiple ways to view the projects in Hero. This way, when it first comes up, it gives you a recommended path to go. So if you like to be told exactly how to do it and in what order, then you can just follow their sequence. If you want to see all the history projects in U.S. history, then you can click View All Projects, and it will pull up a list of all the projects available at this time. If we were to click on a project, this one is the Age of Industrialization. The first thing that each project does is give you a big picture. The big picture just kind of tells you a little bit about the project. There might be a video clip, something to catch your attention. See if you're interested in doing that day. Here is the word strands. A few of the projects still say standards, but strands and standards are just explaining what you're going to be learning in the project and what you need to master. You'll want to then click on Module 1. Module 1 in this case has an overview, which is just a little song. Step 1 has something that you can read through and watch some videos. And then there's a map, and it's going to ask you some questions like what made Japan an ideal place for industrialization. And hopefully you will have picked up on some of that information throughout the lesson. If you do not like to read or struggle with reading, you can highlight text and hit this button here, and it will just play it for you.
Global origins and characteristics. Industrial Revolution is the title we give to the time period beginning in...
And so on. You can also just hit play at any time, and it will just read everything on the screen. Students will then, after they answer these questions, if you were in a student page, there would be a spot down here that you could drag your file in and submit that. That's just step 1. Nothing's graded at that point. You then move on to step 2, and it's fairly similar for this project. There's another map, and it's talking about Russia and industrialization. The Check Your Learning is kind of the end summary part, and they're having you make a double bubble map. There's always a video link that explains what that kind of map is, depending on what they're asking you to do. There is instructions. You should have at least one similarity and one difference for each of these topics. And then they'll actually give you it. If we were to click on here, it downloads down at the bottom of your screen, and you can open it up like so, and it shows you, and you'll be able to type right onto this. You could also print it and handwrite it if you prefer. Then again, because this is the parent version, there's no spot for me to actually drag a file in and show you, but you just drag it over and plop it in and click submit. Once you have completed that Check Your Learning, so you've completed step 1, step 2, and Check Your Learning, it's then automatically submitted to an expert, which are the online teachers, and they grade it, typically within 48 hours, send you back feedback, which brings me to how grading works in Hero. They use a 1, 2, 3 scale, and the 3 computes to an A on your transcript, a 2 a B, and a 1 a C. You can also earn what's called a letter P for progressing, I think it is, and that just means you didn't quite get enough to be graded, and there's some more work to be done. At any time, no matter what your grade is, you can resubmit a project to have it graded again after you've made some changes based on the feedback that was given, or maybe you've asked a question and now you understand it. This particular project has Module 1, which we just went through, and that is a complete project that then would be graded. Then there's another module you can do and a final product. each one of these would be turned in for a grade. Some projects are smaller and they might only have a mod 1 and then a final. In order to get the grade in a project like that, you need to do both the mod 1 and the final project. Sometimes you'll see there'll be 3 or 4 modules in here, and you don't have to do all the modules. You can do the ones that either help you get the grades you need or the standards you need, or the ones that interest you. If you click back here at any time, the little home takes you back to your home screen. And this is kind of what you might see when you log in. Again, this is your progress towards graduation. So it's based on 100% for high school. At this point, the student is 34.1% done. These are some of the courses that they're working on and how far they are. When you've turned in projects, it shows up down here as evaluated projects or projects waiting to be graded. When a project comes back, you will see it in an area here that we don't have on this screen, and it will have an award letter that lets you know how you did and what you could improve upon if needed. Under the progress button, you have all kinds of things from your grad plan, different course projects, the strands that you've done. Artifacts are what we call our projects that we turn in. You can also view your transcript at any time and even are able to print that out. So that is a brief overview of how the projects in Hero work. Again, these are just all the different subjects. They're all laid out basically the same. Some are electives like cooking. Your world language is typically Spanish through Rosetta Stone, but you can also elect to have American Sign Language. And some of the projects, like I showed you, were just a map, but others, as in cooking, you'll be cooking things, and science, you'll be doing science experiments with things that you'll have at home. Theater, arts, you might be acting out something. A lot of the times you can make posters or movies for any of the subjects to show what you have learned. There's always ideas given, but the sky's the limit as long as you can show the concept in the lesson that you understand it, then there's a possibility just to turn in your ideas.